G'day guys and welcome to Dragon Age Origins. So as you can see, I am now wearing a different set of armor. It is the Juggernaut item set. Oh, well, the Juggernaut armor set. Got the item set bonuses, which is what I was meant to go with after that. Basically what it does is give me a bit more extra health and a little bit more strength or something, I believe. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, we've got that. We're a bit tankier. We're looking a little bit classier as well. So after doing a bit of searching about what do you call it? The DLCs, it turns out they scale with you. So we could have tackled any of them at any stage, really. So what we're going to go and do is start the Stone Prisoner one first, and then we're going to go and make our way over to the Warden's Keep or whatever it is, I think. But first I want to get to know Liliana a little bit better.
I was just thinking about what happened to the elves, and I'm reminded of a song sung to me many years ago. It was when my mother died. And this wise elven woman comforted me and told me that we shouldn't fear death or hate it. Death is just another beginning. One day, we must all shed our earthly bodies to allow our spirits to fly free.
That is comforting. I, for one, am in no hurry to let my spirit fly free. The Chantry says we return to the Maker. We believe that we return to the stone and become ancestors.
And thus you embark upon another journey. Death is just the gateway.
Ooh, it's breaking out in song. The reason I want to get to know her a little bit better is because I'll probably do Liliana's song at some stage after the two DLCs I just spoke about. Liliana's song is actually a prequel. It's before Dragon Age Origins, so they're like suggesting to do it, you know, halfway through Dragon Age Origins once you've got a good sort of feel for Liliana and you've got her story and her background already. Or of course do it after Dragon Age Origins. So I figured we'll do the DLCs and then we might do Liliana's song and then continue on with the main story. So we'll have a little bit of side questing to break the main story up before we go and tackle Orzammar or something like that. That's something I'm thinking anyway. I don't think I've ever done Liliana's song, to be honest. I don't think I ever had the DLC. I don't know. I really don't know. I've done the others. Maybe I just never bothered with hers. Very calming, isn't it? I completely forgot she was a bard, eh? Which are like singers anyway. She's probably not set up the way she was meant to be set up. Like obviously Zevran was meant to be the dual wielding assassin type bloke, where she's more of the bard and archer type of woman. Okay, so we went through that.
Yes? Something you need?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
So basically I'm just going to ask her all of these and see what she says, and we're just going to try and get as much of a feel for her as we can. So why did you decide to come to Ferelden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
What happened to your mother? Why did she leave Ferelden then? Was she not happy on Orlais? What happened to your mother?
Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
You remember nothing of your mother?
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andrastis Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
We've actually got a gift of that. We could give that to her right now, I believe. So let's go to Liliana there. I might even put her in over Zevran anyway. I feel like she's just the better character, to be honest. And like, I know what he does. That one.
Flowers? For me? They're beautiful.
These are your mother's flowers, aren't they?
These were her favorite. I haven't seen these in such a long time. They smell just like Mother used to. Thank you. Thank you so much for remembering.
Moderate cunning, oh yes. Liliana approves, plus 13.
The stars are out.
For once, a clear night.
It comforts me to know that the stars will remain untouched by the Blight. That whatever happens down here, they will shine eternally. Their light undimmed. There is a story about that cluster of stars over there. Do you know it? Elindra and her soldier?
I can't say I've heard of it.
A long time ago, there lived a fair maiden called Elindra. She had many suitors, but spurned them all, for she did not love them. One day, Elindra was sitting by her window in her father's castle, singing and dreaming, when her lovely voice caught the attention of a young soldier. Entranced by her song, the soldier drew near to Elindra's window. As their eyes met, he fell in love with her, and she with him. When Elindra told her father about the man she had chosen, he was furious, for Elindra was high-born, but her love nothing more than a common soldier. To keep them apart, he had Elindra imprisoned in the highest tower of his castle, and sent her soldier to the wars. Alas, not a month had passed before news of the soldier's death reached Elindra. Alone in her tower, Elindra wept for her love, and beseeched the gods to deliver her from this cruel world. So earnest was her plea, that the gods themselves were moved. They gathered Elindra into their arms and lifted her high into the heavens, where she became a star. The gods also raised up the soul of Elindra's soldier love, and there he dwells, across the horizon from her. The band of stars between them is a river of Elindra's tears, cried for her lost love. They say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river to be reunited with her soldier.
I'll never look at the stars the same way again. That's a beautiful story. The stars are not made of tears. Why do stories always end so badly? I'll never look at the stars the same way again. Let's go with that.
This story is one of my favorites. A tale of a love so great and so enduring that it defies death and moves the gods to action. Sometimes I ask myself, does such a love exist? Can it exist?
It may exist, but it never lasts. If we lose hope in love, then we are truly lost. Few loves are so powerful.
I think I would be lucky to experience an emotion even half as pure and true as Elindra's love.
One day you will find a person worthy of that love. We should all be so lucky.
The world gets lonely too quickly if there is no one to share it with.
Okay, so we got that story out of the way.
Looking for little old me?
Yes, we are.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you miss anything about Orlais? You were a travelling minstrel. Do you have tales to share? I heard that in Orlais, minstrels are often spies. Ooh, which one do we go with? We'll just go with one first.
I miss Valroyaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Valroyaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Valroyaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Orzammar is magnificent too. I've never been to Orlais.
If you get the chance, you should see it, at least Valroyaux. Of course there are good things and bad things about Orlais. like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
It must have been a big change moving to Lothering.
I left behind much, leaving Orlais, but there is more to life than dresses and furs. It is sad that many have lost sight of this. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes! Living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
What's so special about shoes?
Well, they're shoes. They're pretty. Some of them anyway.
Okay, so it's just a girl thing, that one.
The fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Okay. Oh, that sounds so lovely. We'll just go with
I
that.
had my eye on a pair my shoemaker was working on. It was covered in pale blue silk with amber beads on the toe. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
You don't need fancy shoes to make you beautiful. Oh, we can sort of seduce her or something. Is that a thing? I didn't know you could do that. I know, right? So ugly and shapeless. They're comfortable. At least they keep the cold out. You know what? Let's try it. Let's go with one.
Thank you. It's kind of you to say so, even wearing these mud-covered horrors. They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Indeed we do. Okay.
Looking for little old me?
Yes, we are.
Yes? What's on your mind?
You're a travelling minstrel. Do you have tales to share? I heard that in Orlais, minstrels are often spies.
Where did you hear this?
Who cares? Is it true or not? I don't remember. Someone told me this a long time ago. I read it in a history book. I don't remember.
Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
And the bards are spies? What's the difference? I thought minstrels were bards.
Many use the two words minstrel and bard interchangeably, but to do so in Orlais would cause misunderstanding. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
Do they spy on Ferelden? Doesn't the monarchy govern them? What sort of services does a bard offer?
What do you think? They infiltrate, steal, sometimes assassinate? It depends on the bard. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
You were a bard, weren't you?
I have revealed too much, it seems, but it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
But why were you living? I'd never leave that. It sounds too exciting. So that's where you learn to fight like that. Make sure you use your bard skills to help me.
My skills served me well, but the day finally came when I decided to just put them aside. I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry, and when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here.
Alright, so that's that done as well. Right. It's been about 15 minutes of just talking to her. We're almost done.
Looking for little old me?
Can you teach me to be a bard? Oh, okay, so you can actually learn something like that. I'd like to talk to you about something. And I don't really need to be a bard, but...
Yes? What's on your mind?
You were a traveling minstrel. Do you have tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Tell me about the Darkspawn. Know any stories from Orlais? Do you know any Ferelden legends? Tell me about Alindra and her soldier. There was another story I wanted to hear. Oh, never mind. Okay, so she will just tell you stories. So we're good to go, though. We don't need to do that. Alright, so that's that done. What are we looking like there? That's alright. Anything here we could give her? Doesn't seem to be anything. Let's give this guy Dale. Healed enough, we'll give them to him.
Gloves? You're giving me gloves? What for?
Thought you might like them. If you don't want it, give it back. Now that's credit. Thought you might like them.
I did not mean to sound ungrateful, it is just... Wait, these are Dalish, are they not? My mother was Dalish, and had a pair very similar to these. The leather was less thick, and it had more embroidery, but these are very close, and quite handsome.
It was nothing, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
Do I seem surprised? Perhaps I am. Still, I appreciate the fact that you even thought of me. No one has simply given me a gift before. Thank you.
Zevran approves. Well, there you go. He thought that was pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna get moving. I wonder if you can respec. I'd really love to respec Liliana, eh? Feel like I've butchered her. Anyway, let's move. Gather your party and venture forward. Okay, so we're gonna put you in,
Yes.
you in.
Indeed.
You know what, I'm gonna put her back in as well. Accept. Okay, so from here, what we're gonna do is we are going to go to this place. I don't know what that place is. I don't know. We're gonna go there anyway, put it that way. I mean, I have to probably fix Liliana's skill set, obviously, because when we get into a fight, she's not gonna know what the fuck to do. Some mages up the top there, well, look.
Concentrate, like we practiced. Now, fire!
Okay. So what we're gonna do here first, right? Okay, so we've got... Yeah, she's actually got a fair bit there, so... Wonder if her tactics will allow her to use it. No. Archer. Okay, so we're gonna get her to use this. Which is definitely the way it's gotta be, I think. Get that way, and we'll let her deal with the rest after that, so we're good to go from here. In fact, Morrigan, there's that many of them.
As you wish.
Shall be done. Let's do this quickly!
Ooh. Who spat out that earthquake? Hey, they're just copping a hiding right now, like look at this. Whew. Damn, Alistair. Right, we have had to do absolutely nothing. Like, wow, that just got stomped on.
Is it true? Is this the Great Blight?
Fair enough.
I'm taking these apprentices to Redcliffe. The first enchanter says you need every able-bodied mage for the war. They're young, but capable enough, as you saw.
Okay, so they'll just on the way to help us. Sweet. Well, let's get moving.
Very well.
Okay, we're looking pretty good there. Oh, I believe. Can we? Yes, we can. 31 of them. This will help bump our health stock right back up. In fact, we'll do a level up for Liliana as well. What do we got here? Dexterity at 28. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Rangers have the affinity for open country and wilderness, but as enemies get some militia, they are opportunists. Oh, okay. Wild beast to attack that. That's pretty cool. So we could turn her to a ranger or something, maybe? I feel like that'd be something we should probably do for her, to be honest. Give her that. 32, I think, is for the other bow, so we're just going to leave that for a minute. So she's up there with her cunning, so that's good. Might even give her a little bit more strength. Okay, so as a bard, the bard's performance is designed to distract and confuse. The target forgets who it was fighting and becomes disorientated unless it passes a mental resistance check. Okay. Then we got our rogue stuff here, which is just her normal subclass, basically. When a target is incapacitated, the opportunistic rogue strikes where it hurts the most, inflicting automatic backstab against stunned or paralyzed targets. Interesting as well. Experience fighting in tight quarters has taught the archer to fire without interruptions, even when being attacked. Okay, well, I feel like that's a yes, we need that. That's just straight up. What is that? Okay. Bonus to attack speed, can't cause regular... Interesting. Gather party. Okay, so hopefully this will take us over here now without any more interruptions. Probably going to be a short episode, so I can start this episode on afresh. If we can. That's generally what I want to do anyway. Some more Alfred? Awesome. Speak to this guy.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not many people travelling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do?
Are you asking me to find your mule? Just what are you doing out here?
Waiting for my helper to find the damn mule, of course. It's freezing. Oh, I suppose you meant, why am I out here? As in this part of the country. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service.
Hello, Felix. I am Thogran. Pleased to meet you.
I don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you'd consider helping a fellow out?
What do you need? Help a fellow out how? Do I look like I'm here to help? What do you need?
Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could?
How much do you want for it? What does a control rod do? What's the catch? How do I know this will even work?
The fellow I brought it from is a long-standing contact. He didn't want to come to Ferelden, however, with all our... troubles. He said he got it from the man who owned this golem. But to be honest, I have no idea if it will work. Hence the low price. What do you say?
How much do you want for it?
Nothing. I just don't want to have to lug around something that might be taken for a gemstone by some bandit. To be honest, I don't even know if it'll be useful to you. I paid too much to simply throw it away.
Yes, I think I could use it.
Just as well. You'll find the golem in a village named Honleith in the hinterlands. Here, I'll mark it on your map. I've heard it might be dangerous there with all the Darkspawn about, but I'll wager that's not an issue for someone like you. Just hold up the rod and say Dulav Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works.
If not, I'll be back. A personal golem sounds good.
Best of luck to you then. And now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
Alright, new quest. So here's a new quest for us, so I'm gonna grab this Alfred. It's just some death fruit there, we're good. Alright, so I suppose we can... Where's it telling us to go? Okay, so it's telling us to go all the way into the Frostback Mountains, which is interesting, but we'll do that. Looks like we got something here, yep, popping up. A bunch of wolves, all good. Alright, gonna do your thing.
Right ahead.
Die! Look how Morrigan just put half of them to sleep. Look at that hit. Good move, I reckon that's going to be. Oh, Morrigan's actually dead. Who would have thought? Okay, and when she's in melee, obviously she goes to them, maybe? I don't know.
Nothing like a brush with death to make you not like death much.
Yeah, okay, good. So let's get moving. No, we didn't find a trap. I was expecting to like walk straight into a trap. Where? Alright, so that's where Lothering was, by the way. If you missed the little conversation, we found out that Lothering was wiped off the map by Darkspawn. So, yeah, us. Area unlocked. Okay, so here we are at the new place. Nice little village by the looks, isn't it? Apart from, you know, the people hanging there. But we don't talk about that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is save it. And I'm going to wrap this episode up here. A couple of minutes before the normal half an hour mark anyway. So we're pretty much right on time. We did 15 minutes of talking with Liliana. Got to know her for a little bit later on down the track, which is really good. And now we're going to go and find a golem that matches our new golem controlling rod that we were given. So stay tuned for that next episode, guys, and I'll catch you all around. Bye. Hope you're enjoying Dragon Age Origins, by the way. Thought I'd throw that in there.